3, 2,
You could
1.
have just said the right one. Oh,
I wish you could see me. I'm staring at you like, shut your mouth.
you could have
Three,
just started where
two,
it is. It's
three,
fine.
two, one,
It's
go.
fine.
Welcome back. It's been a minute. Shout out to Awkward Inputs. That's us. I'm your host with the mostest, Comics Corner. And to my right, my left.
Doesn't it have to be hostess with the mostest?
That what I said.
That kind of host. No, but a hostess is never mind.
Look, man. Come on, man. Who are you on the left?
I'm Royce. It's been 2 months. He a little rusty, guys. You know he old, so when time go by, he start to lose. He starts to lose the. It's hostess with the mostest. It's supposed to rhyme in a straight line. See, look, see, you see what I just did? You see how good that was? That's what we expect from you. You have the floor.
All right, man. So you guys are probably already aware, but Bleach had a massive patch. People thought it was going to be small, but it came with a lot of changes and a couple of quality of life things. We're going to discuss just a couple of things that happened. But the first thing I want to talk about is this brand new Ichigo from the Thousand Year Blood War. I played a couple games against him, and I played him very, very, very minimally because I'm planning to do a video on him like soon. But I still want to talk about his moveset because number one, he deals a lot of damage. That is a damage machine. Do you have a thought? Because you look like you have a thought.
There are a lot of things here that there are a lot of things here that I'm a fan of, and some things that I'm not.
Okay.
The signature stance.
Ooh, I like
that.
that.
That's insane. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And if you really know how to use it, too many options. Many options.
So I need to learn. I know you saw this, but there's a person who we both know that makes videos about these things, and he made a video talking about how you can. So his spiritual pressure move 2, like you have to be close to get both hits. So if you combo his lights into his heavies, and then you do the dash from the signature, if you time it right, you can get close enough to do the spiritual pressure move and get all the damage, and it deals so much damage. I gotta get that down pat. That's something I gotta practice.
So that was one of the things that I noticed when I first picked him up at 7 odd a.m. It's really gracious timing.
Yeah,
it's not gonna be that hard for you to pick it up. It's very gracious timing. Everything they give him they give him a lot of time to do whatever he wants.
And whatever he wants, he does. So my first ranked match, I fought Ichigo, and obviously because I haven't really had time to like figure out what he does, me and just Yoruichi just walking in there, trying to enjoy ourselves a nice little ranked match, and here goes bro not giving a freak about none of that. Like, first of all, the combos, they're just long. I don't care how that sounds. The combos are long as freak. His reach is ridiculous. His Keycone moves are disgusting. Like, they look incredible. They did their thing with this character. I don't know what else to say. And even though he has a standard like linear approach to his like strategy as far as like either 2, 3, 4, or 5 Keycone, like I would say he still doesn't feel like every other character in the game.
Oh man, I feel like we've entered. It feels like you kind of threw me a layup to enter into the dangerous ground that So if I could
go for it, you have the floor.
I feel like this character is setting a precedent for a very horrible standard.
Okay, and what standard is that?
I think that this Ichigo can do whatever he wants, whenever he wants, however he would like it, and you really can't stop, to be honest. And right now, I feel like it's early, but I feel like the tone that this Ichigo is setting is going to be worse than what Bankai Ichigo was pre-patch. Because I need people to know the ability to, like, that's the thing. A spiritual pressure move always being the ender and always being available. No matter what, there's not like a it's his regular standard. On top of that, for those that don't know, if you're willing to spend it, I wouldn't always recommend it, but if you're willing to spend it and you're in range, the Getsuga Tensho that comes off of double tapping circle out of the stance, you can just flash step after that.
Oh yeah, you can. That's true. Yeah, I saw that.
You can just flash step after that. You can jail someone. He's setting a bad precedent.
Okay.
Now,
so
a precedent that I'm not used to. I'm not gonna say bad.
So, because this is 1,000-Year Blood War Ichigo, we know for a fact that there are more 1,000-Year Blood War characters that are on the way. Now, I'm not gonna put your business out there, but my point here is, I think if you think this character is broken, then there is a
things are gonna get worse.
Yeah, there's one character in particular like they have to make absolutely ridiculous, right? Because he has to fit into this busted idea because he's the villain of the 1,000-Year Blood War. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't know what they do to make his moveset so ridiculous, but I do think that they would need to make him a gimmicky character in like a similar vein to Xayalapado, right? Like where like you need him to be like this ridiculously difficult character to play with, but like high execution, high reward type character. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm talking about Yuhabaha. I'm saying that for the video because we might forget, and I just want to make sure because it's gonna get clipped. But yeah, that's what I think. I think that Yuhabaha is going to be broken. I also think. I guess if we can. I'm glad that I. Do you have anything else to say about this Ichigo? Because I kind of want to talk or lean a little bit more into DLC talk before we go into the other topics. DLC talk works perfectly for where I would have been headed anyway, so you're more than welcome. Okay.
We may pivot.
Wonderful. So some of the characters don't have all that new stuff going into the 1,000-Year Blood War, but some of them are getting really new skills and abilities, right? We only got 3 characters left. And so I'm curious what you think the approach will be for these characters, because there are some characters that's like, so you know about the Unohana leaks, you know, from people who are pulling it out of the patch notes or out of the data mining of the game or whatever. That's one character that's a whole new character. That's fair. But like there are new levels to certain characters' powers, like Kenpachi or even Komamura has something in the 1,000-Year Blood. In Rukia and Renji have higher levels of power that they reach in 1,000-Year Blood War. I'm trying to figure out how do you fit all of these characters like with their new fighting sets without making new characters and add characters that are coming in like that are brand new from the 1,000-Year Blood War. You know what I'm saying? Because even Captain Yamamoto is gonna need, like if we really doing the 1,000-Year Blood War correctly, he got to get something. And y'all know what I'm talking about. He got to get something. I'm done. That's all I got to say. I just was thinking that.
Oh no! So I'm aware that characters have another level. I'm fully aware of that. Right. I have just not gone through the entirety of the process to understand the I guess value or the depth of their powers.
Oh my god.
What I will say though is I don't think you do. Oh man.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is extremely premature. So forgive me if so. I'm willing to be wrong. I don't think I am, but I'm willing to be wrong. I think that by the time it's all said and done, no one's using base characters, and I feel like that might to a certain degree be their intention.
Okay, so fair. I understand what you mean. You're saying essentially like the base roster of the game would be obsolete. But then how much DLC do you drop?
I think you do. I think you do this. I don't. The only problem is I don't know how quickly. I don't know how quickly they want things to work. I don't know. I don't know the timeline that they're on. But I would say, if they follow this logic, June has been 2, August 8, October 10, December 12. I say you drop how many characters are left? 3 on the season pass or 4 on the season?
It's 3 on
the
the
season pass. 3
pass.
on the season pass. You go up until October. If you follow the same 2-month logic, you go up until October. It's 3 months. It's 2, 4. Yeah. You drop you have the final drop by like then January you might give full 1,000-Year Blood War overhaul. And then we might be done by then.
That's so.
I feel like in theory, we could be done with this in like 6 to 8 months, maybe 10 worst case.
Okay, but so then, do you think Season Pass 2? Because I don't see a world where 1,000 Year is going to take over the game, and they just do 3 more characters and they call it a day. I don't see that. That doesn't make any sense.
I think 1,000 Year. I think 1,000 Year takes over the game because, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's 3 more characters. I would say you get. Man, that's ugly. That's ugly. This is nasty. But we're already here. You paid your season pass amount. You may pay 30 for an extension, which includes the DLC and possibly 5. I'd say like 5 characters.
We will pay more for that than that though. But continue.
I know you probably will. I'm being extremely conservative.
Because I'm thinking story too. Like we need 1,000 Year story also, and that.
You probably pay like what? You probably I think
I'll buy the game again.
I don't.
I'll keep it a beat.
No, please don't do that.
Keep it a beat.
Don't consider. Don't say that out loud. Don't give them any more ideas. They're already over there like, hey, he said it. He said it behind it. Yep. No, please don't do that. If base game is what 60, 70, I say you drop what 30, 40 for complete for 1,000 Year Blood War overhaul. I say you pay half of a total of the game.
Okay.
For essentially a full one.
I can see that. Okay.
Yeah, that's how I feel, and I feel like they will take over. We will not be using base characters anymore. It will be already frowned upon. Also, to be even more fair, there's already a large disparity probably between win percentages amongst characters anyway.
Okay, which is does that segue into what we wanted to go into next?
It can, but you'd have to
actually do it.
More.
I don't think I
did.
I don't think it's there. I was thinking it might change up the way that I wanted to talk about things. Because I said I wanted to do this last. Or am I wrong?
Oh, well.
No, I'm not wrong. No, I'm not wrong. I'm tripping. This does segue perfect because I told you guys we had patch notes. And all these characters got reworks pretty much. And we're not gonna go like deep into the patch notes. I'm not gonna like sit here and read Ichigo increased fighting spirit away. I'm not doing all of that. I know that I did notice with my character Yoruichi, her Ankin reaches much further after awakening, if I'm not mistaken, which allows me not to feel like I'm being boxed out from half court when I'm fighting people who have projectiles. Like it feels like I have an option, especially because the Ankin doesn't actually stagger you, not really anyway. But yeah, a lot of these characters got changed, and the boys, Ichigo took a massive hit. His loops don't work anymore, I don't think. I'm pretty sure they don't work. I saw a video on Twitter that suggested that they don't. And I saw that Soifone is no longer able to do super long combos. And so I'm not sure about all of the rest of the changes. I want to kind of give it to you to see if there's anything in particular that stood out to you about this and anything that you wanted to say about any of it.
Oh yeah, cool. I have a small list prepared in my mind. Shinji didn't really change that much. Please, guys, just a little bit of love.
We have a video says Shinji needs help. Please go watch that. I'm saying,
like, I think. Let me. I always want to start off on a positive. I appreciate the fact that there is like a logic, an explained logic behind why things change. I think that's something that people aren't going to care about, but I do, because I understand when you're as you're moving things through, and as you want to as you're looking for a certain level of balance. That level is, if you change one thing, somebody they're gonna get up in arms. I fully understand it. I appreciate that there's like character intent behind every single change. What you wanted to do, what you intend to do, how you expect certain matches to play out. It looks like, from what I can see from certain character intent changes, that they want a more slow-paced match depending on the characters that are playing. I appreciate that. I'm also very glad Ichigo got patched into the ground.
I'm not. I want that combo. I want it back.
No, leave it gone. If you hopped on and played a free match at any point, if you played 10 free matches, 7 of them were Ichigo's. Please, guys, I just want character diversity. I don't even think I'm asking for it. I just want character diversity.
Yeah, that was something that I really liked about, like, that I really wanted to see in Dragon Ball FighterZ. One of the issues with Dragon Ball FighterZ is when you got the fusions to be at the level that they were, people stopped trying to be better with other characters, and they were just like, okay, fusion 17 or fusions and then a third character. You know what I'm saying? And so it really, you put all this DLC on this game for people to play 2 characters and then a random third maybe. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. No, I fully understand that, and that's something that I feel. In directly addressing individual characters, Tyr didn't feel like she's taking any version of like a far step back. If I have to put steps into numbers, maybe a quarter step. I feel like it depends who's playing. And I don't know if that's the intention, but I'm certain that probably wasn't the inherent goal there. I do like that they gave certain characters better reach, better extension. As far as I know, and I don't have a full like played out test or theory for this, but as far as I know, breakers that people feel like are still being abused, they probably still feel the same. Now, you can speak to that more than I can to this point.
But this is my thing, though. I don't understand. So this is my thing. If you get grabbed in this game, you got grabbed in this game. Unless you have that situation like at the beginning of my one video where like I clearly tried to break the grab and it just gave it to him anyway. But like for the most part, like there's a person dashing across the screen at you to grab you. You mean to tell me in all of that time you couldn't press the breaker button to also breaker so that you don't get grabbed?
Well, so to be fair to the general public, yeah, kind of, but certain characters have breaker logic. Like it's tough because there is, and you can't change this. There is different breaker logic across certain characters. So like, we kind of base it off of feel, but like in the matches that I did them like day by day. Saijin's breaker felt like it was coming out slower than a soy phone, and there may be some logic to that of like, oh yeah, it's supposed to play out this way, but in internet where you can desync and there might be like a frame off or 2, that could technically be the difference between you getting combo to death and just being able to like enjoy the game. No, and then the other thing is go ahead.
I'm gonna let you finish, because I have a direct pushback to the thing you said about internet.
Okay, and then to that same logic, the only other I'm not necessarily gonna say this is an issue. I'll say that people's logic behind it is they try to. I was gonna say that just for you. I'm not gonna say that. They try to perfect flash step or counter it instead of trying to just deflect or combat it, try to offset it. You know,
see,
they're trying.
That's the problem. Do you know how gracious the timing is on that grab break? You don't know how many times I reacted to a grab late and broke it. You don't know. You don't know. So if anything, I think it should be less gracious. I think it should be harder.
Whoa.
I think it should be harder for you to block it. Because all it is pressing the button when they grab you. If bro is running across the screen, because a lot of times the main characters that use grabs are characters that need to get in anyway. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I use grab a lot. I know that. Why do I use grab a lot? Mm-hmm. Because my character has to fight you in your face. And so if I don't open you up, I'm just in your face for no reason. So I have to grab you. That's like my game. You know what I mean? So you should know that and be like, okay, I'm gonna block this. I'm gonna do it. Now that can get baited, but that's just how the game is played. But these people, like, when I be playing at the beginning of these matches, I don't understand how people get grabbed 3 or 4 times in a row. I don't understand it. Like, you can see it coming. It's right there.
3 to 4 times in a row is a little egregious.
But that's what I mean.
But that's the thing. So the thing. Oh, this is gonna significantly debate, which I'm fine with. I understand your logic, but so for me, it's not just how things are at the point that I'm playing it. How much worse does it get further up a scale? So if you, how do I phrase this? Okay, from a distance, easy. You should just be pressing the button. You have time. You're watching someone float towards you. You should react, or you're gonna try to mash. Whatever you choose to do.
But that's another thing. People, if you knew how many times I got hit out of grabs, that it is bad to me. Sometimes it feels like, oh my gosh, that's how I be feeling sometimes. But you're telling me people feel that way about getting grabbed, but there's a color that shows up on the screen.
There is, but that's the other thing too. Even to breaker, even to, it's not even our pushback, but just to extend upon the point. Breaker logic also didn't work for everybody depending on the character you use. Now, granted, they said they fit, but I don't know how true that is, and we're not really gonna have a full understanding of that because, like, okay, it came out in this patch, but it wasn't in the previous one. Side note too. Really glad that I beat the story. To all people who are going to beat the story now, your life is going to be so much easier. Anyway, back to the original point.
Wait, can I go back? Wait. When you say it's gonna be easier, I need to know why.
Because Urahara couldn't hit off of a breaker.
Oh, so now I can do that?
Yeah, that's why I feel like breaker logic was bad for some people.
I need to go back and see if Shunsui can now.
He should be able to too, because I think that was one of the things they over actually being able to, because that was one of the problems. Again, like some people's experience is gonna be the experience that I had, which is like you played this for like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, no break, and then you might have like took a break and now you play like sparingly. So your logic of how you may feel about breakers is gonna differ from that of somebody that like, oh well, I bought the game last week. Okay. Because for you, it might have felt okay, but like you weren't playing. You didn't. I'm not even gonna say you weren't playing every character. You didn't get to experience every. It's like playing Urahara and having to like, okay, yeah, this doesn't extend. So now every time I either got to try to find a way to throw in a dash or use a spiritual pressure move or use a signature. Like there's just a lot of ways in. To the initial point though, not from a distance, you should just be able to tech it. I'm not gonna argue about that. From a distance, you should just kind of be able to take that or mash through. You can do whatever you want. I don't care. I think you should tech it, but if you want to mash, be my guest.
And I think there are some instances where you get grabbed regardless. Like there was a time when I was playing, I clearly tech. I know I tech. I pressed the button like a freak. I felt it, and I still got grabbed. It kind of is what it is. That's not the majority of the cases, and that's gonna piss me off because I feel like I broke the grab. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But as long as the next time he grabbed me, I'll break free, even if the game glitch a little bit, because that happened to me too. The game will glitch a little bit. I'll grab, he grab, and then it break us apart. But it looked like I got grabbed, so I was confused. I was like, what? And then boom. You know what I'm saying? Cool, but like we can't do this thing where we act like grab has just been this unstoppable force in the game. Anybody who has any amount of range on you, there are times where you'll try to grab getting close to these people and you'll completely miss. You're gonna see it in some of these games. I completely miss grabs in people's faces, and they do the same grab at the same time in about the same distance and get it.
Nah, I agree. So that's the thing. I agree, but the only pushback here is purely anecdotal. But you also you're especially as the way that we have this year kind of slated to go. I can comfortably say by the end of this year, be like the full-fledged gamer that everyone like alleges to be. Everyone thinks that their problems are just them, and like it's happening to everyone. No one thinks that like. No one views their life to be in the minority. Everyone views what they experience to be the majority. Like, you could, the breaker logic. There are people that feel like, oh, I had that, or I should have gotten that, or oh, like it's not gracious. I can't debate you because I think most of the bad experiences are in the minority. But I can't tell you it's.
Those are just the ones that stick out as the bad ones.
Yeah, but I can't tell you it's not because I don't know how much time you're gonna commit to the game, how much time you're playing the game. If you spent 5 hours playing exclusively free matches and now ranked, you're probably gonna feel like you're probably gonna feel like it's egregious than it actually is. And then the other thing is you play at varying skill levels, so I don't.
It just breaker logic just kills me because I know I'll be playing a game and I will have gotten mixed out my Jordans. Like I will have gotten mixed out my Jordans. I will tap that R1 and it'll give me the break. And I'm like, yeah, I ain't gonna say nothing. Yeah, like I feel like I'm stealing.
That, and with respect to people too, there were times where breaker logic felt kind of delayed. There were times where I don't let go of the button, but they'll still do the full reach. I'm like, nigga, I didn't stop it. I'm not stopping this early. I know where I'm trying to land. So, yeah.
To the other point that you made, it in the general adjustments, it says that adjusted almost all characters so that they can connect combos with light attacks after breaker. So, yeah, that wasn't something that needed to be character specific, which means I need to go back to playing Kyoraku because I need to see it. I need to see it through because that was one of my gripes. I used to hate that. I grab because I was playing Toby. You remember in the tournament? It's like I had to fight to get in there, and then when I get in there, I grab him and hit him back away from me, and it's like, oh my god.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm interested in that. You want to start off with the last topic?
Where are you fighting here?
We covered the new character. We covered ranked. Well, did we really? We kind of
no, not for real. That's what I said.
That is the last topic. I'm tripping. Ranked is the last topic. I'm tripping. See, that's how I got lost in the sauce.
Yeah, solid. Sure.
Let's talk about ranked, man. You said you didn't really get into it yet, but
I didn't take a deep dive because I'm gonna do a one.
I couldn't help myself.
I'm also praying that they reset. I'm also side note too. Anyone that sees this clips or otherwise, if y'all know somebody at Bandai that can reset my rank once I get to head captain, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Why would you do that?
Because what is life if you're not gonna be, No.
I need you to just stay a head captain, and that's gonna be okay. Because I need to use your head. We're gonna use your head captainship for these videos. So stop playing with me right now.
No. You don't understand. Head captain one time, one character reset. Head captain 2 times, new character reset.
This nigga is trying to be a never seen 17. Heck.
I would love for there to be a way for me to hit head captain every single out having to wait for the season to reset. I would love that. I'd appreciate it.
I see what you're saying. So I'll just yap about ranked for a little bit. So I think it was cool that you click ranked and they got the little, screens telling you what's going on and what to do. I didn't record that part because I was in a rush and I should have just calmed myself and recorded it, but I didn't. They got the screen telling you the rules and how if you get caught cheating or modifying or all of that, then they was gonna do something about it. Your account might get banned.
Wait. Let me clarify this, dude. Hold on. Because I didn't know this is what you meant. Let me fully. I just didn't jump into a game. I opened the whatchamacallit.
Okay, so you seen what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm through the logic of it. Yeah, I'm through the logic of it.
Okay, I'm still gonna finish talking about it, but I just,
I know you have the floor entirely. I just want to clarify. I'm not that lost in the sauce.
Yeah, I did that, and then the screen looked just like the free matches. So
I was disappointed by that. I'm not gonna lie.
You thought it was gonna be something a little bit different?
Oh my goodness! When I tell you, I had expectations for it to be like some just, and I didn't want a full overhaul, but I definitely wanted like something a little more defined too, something that didn't feel so, I guess, plain on the surface. I kind of expected something that was like and I expected more rewards as you go up ranks. Give me a certificate, a title, something that's like set me apart entirely, that I don't have to wait till the end before somebody's like, well, they give you something. I want something like individually for every single, like an emblem to add to my account, so that like if I go into a free match, people head captain. I don't know. Give me something. I wanted something in the way of customization.
I went to the your rank feature and I went to the rankings feature, and then I clicked your rank, and you'll be proud to know I don't have one. I guess that's the only reason why the button didn't do it. And I thought that was weird because, like, let's say I'm gonna use Fighters as the example because that's the game I spent the most time on, and playing like a ranked of any time. If I press your rank, even if I'm the lowest of the low, it's gonna go to where I'm at on the rank board. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's new, so I can't really be expecting the bells and whistles of a game that was designed with ranked in mind to be the same as a game designed to add ranked later. You know what I mean? I think it's different. I think it still should be able to do the thing, but I just think my expectation is a bit high.
I don't think your expectation is high. I think it's fair for where we are in the general space of gaming collectively. When the game dropped without rank, people were thrown, confused, taken aback. I don't think this is any different. That's all I said I expected for.
Okay.
I wanted an emblem. Put my ELO number next to my name. Give me something.
Well,
I spent all this time. I guess it should be disgustingly visible. Go ahead.
My first match, I played a new Ichigo, and that was fun. I ain't gonna tell you how that went. You guys just go watch the video. It's called Ranked. It's called Day 1 of Ranked.
I was gonna say you went out there and got cooked.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. They have no idea, but you got to watch the video to find out. How about that?
No, anyway, I'm definitely gonna go watch the video.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about them.
Sound like you. Were you fighting for your life?
Ichigo's a good character. He's got all the tools. But then,
sounds
before
like
that, I didn't forget to block. It was a lot going on. Anyway, I think it was cool. Like, I played him, but then he didn't continue the game, the second game, and I think that sucks because, like, dang, I can't even get used to your play style, right? So, like, this is what I think, because I don't think we should be able to do it infinitely. Fighters, again, I'm going back to Fighters. Fighters kind of has a 2 and out thing, right? And even Guilty Gear had it wasn't a traditional ranked mode, but it had like a 3 and out thing. Like, no matter how many, no matter who won or lost, 3 games pretty much was it for Guilty Gear. But for Fighters, it's set up to where, like, 2 wins and out, right? So if I win 2 straight, out. If I win 1, you win 1, we got 1 more, and then we out. You know what I'm saying? And it forces us out after that. So, like, I think something like that would be good, just because it kind of prevents us from playing these meaningless games. But I mean, people can still quit after. But, like, I think when you set it up in that way, it prompts people to desire to go ahead and finish the set. That's just what I think.
I'm gonna give my 2 cents and then I'll relinquish time back to you. Listen, he's being really nice. I think he should just lock you into you should not have a choice. I'm gonna just be really honest, or you should just take the quit. Because so for me, my problem is like, especially if it's a good game, don't give me one and then be like, I don't know if I could win the second and leave. Finish the matchup.
No, but then sometimes people will mop you and then leave, and I hate that.
Either or. I
hate that because now you feel like, oh yeah, I just mopped this guy. You know what I mean? I hate that, like, because it's like I know what's gonna happen the next game. I'm ready now. Like, I understand it now. So like,
I'm saying,
let's play one more. But that's why there's another set that I play, and I'm grateful that they just kept playing. So I'm not gonna lie, the fact that I got to 5 games in that, I think that's a little much. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said we should cut it at 2. Like if I win 2, that's it. But if I would have lost 2, then I wouldn't have been able to play the next 2 and had the fun that I had. But anyway, it doesn't seem like it's toxic yet. You know, it seems like, we just be playing. It seems like it's a pretty good balance. I don't know if it's skill based yet though. Like I don't know if it's like, oh, we're matching based on rank. It doesn't feel like it. And it could be very well that, because obviously ranked is new. So ideally there shouldn't be anybody at a ridiculous level right now, but obviously we saw that there are on the leaderboard. But it felt pretty.
Niggas is boosting.
Yeah, it didn't feel like I didn't play anyone that I felt like there's no way I can beat you. You know what I mean? Even if I lost, it wasn't like that. There's one game I lost really, really bad, but like I said, it's like if we run it back, it's gonna be a different game. So I don't know if it'll take more time or us playing it longer to figure out exactly how, you know what I'm saying, that adjustment needs to be made, but I think they need to make sure that is implemented, because that's gonna make people not want to play the game. You know what I'm saying? Running into me all day for new players is not fun.
That's hilarious. I mean, I think it's fair. I think it's fair within. I don't know. Fighters did it too. Fighters did it. Sparking Zero did it, as far as I know. And most other fighting games adopt the same logic. I feel like you should just be able to play who you want within the realm of like your settings.
Okay.
Your personal settings.
Okay.
I agree. If you want to fight 2 up or 2 down, be my guest. If you want to fight 10 up, okay, you might not have a good time.
Yeah.
But you should be able. I feel like you should be able to. Now, don't just randomize the match, because that means the head captains are gonna fight unranked people. But
this is what I'm saying. So fighters would essentially attempt at most to find you people of your same rank, or maybe a little bit higher or maybe a little bit lower. Like fighters doesn't typically try to find you a Xeno rank player. The reason I keep running into them now is because it's not a whole bunch of people on fighters no more. You know what I'm saying? Like fighters isn't populated the way that it used to be, and especially not with people playing ranked. They're probably just playing with their friends. And so I think that's the thing, right? Like I think there should be like I get like they got the seats, but like I think maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I don't know because I ain't got far enough up into the seats. But I'm thinking like the seats should matter in a way that would like allow it to be like, okay, most of my matches as a 9th seat will be against 9th seats. And that's how I will end up. Once I get to the higher numbers in 9th seat, I can challenge for like 8th seat. And you know what I'm saying? Because in fighters, after I got to a certain number of points, the next game will say that it's going up. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that. I agree with that within a certain range, but I also feel like, because like let's just call it what it is, because it didn't release with. I feel like there should be a faster way to get up the board. Like
faster,
I've played because okay, so this is gonna sound like gas, but it's not my intention. This is not from a place of arrogance. I've played the game for 200 hours. I'm on the lower end of the psychopaths anyway.
Wait,
so
seriously?
Yeah, 167, 168, something like that.
What the heck? I'm going to look, right?
Yeah, You're more than welcome to. I'm like 160 odd something like that in, almost 200 hours. If I jump on and someone pops in and they're unranked, and like there were people in the Twitter community saying that they just bought the game. Shout out to y'all. If y'all having a good time, I'm glad y'all having a good time. We shouldn't bump into each other, and if we do bump into each other, I should if I win, I should get like a few points. But if let's say I come across a head captain, if I beat a head captain, I should jump.
I agree.
Somebody like me, I'm not running from the smoke.
I agree, but I think, and this is for fighting games in general. I think not all high ranked players are created equal. Because I've played Xeno ranked fighters in the game, and I felt like I could beat them. And then I've also played some where like I did decent in the first game, and then they smoked me the next two on purpose. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? Like
that's fair though. No, I agree. But I agree with the things you're saying, but I would just like the option to be available. Because that's the same reason why I want the rank reset thing to be present as well. I want to be able to fight people of all ilks. Because I also know, which we don't have to discuss heavily here, because we talked about it off camera. There are people boosting and like bolstering their rank by essentially having other people play against them and throwing games. Or at least that was what I was seeing in the first few ranked in the first hour or two of ranked being released. Those people need to get banned. But if we're not going to do a cheat sweep for them, if they come across an unranked player like me and they're actually not, and they will just boost, them losing is fair.
Yeah,
I also think there should be ranked demotion if there isn't. But
see, but this is my thing too, though, right? Like, let's say you got a guy that boosted his way to head captain, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we run into him and we smoke his boots. I don't think we should get the type of points. You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't have to fight nobody that was actually, you know what I mean? Like, and maybe this is just my competitive nature coming out. Comics competitive corner. You see how we got there? If you really good at I want to fight you because you're really good at the game. Like, when I look and see a rank and I know what the rank means, I want to see that you are actually that good at the game. You know what I'm saying? That's the expectation that I have. And when you're not, I feel like I didn't earn anything. And I don't think the game, like, I don't know how the game would know, but you know what I mean?
No, I think that's fair, but that's also why I believe that there should be points. There should be points in rank systems for, like, that's why the losing points thing matters if you're gonna open up ranks for you to fight anybody. Because if someone unranked fights a head captain, or is 10th seat the lowest one that pops up?
I think.
Do you remember?
So.
Do you know?
I can look.
Okay. Well,
also, your games are private, so I can't see them anyway if I wanted to, which is funny because we're close friends on PlayStation. It makes absolutely no sense.
I don't know why it's like that.
It's because you know what you did. I don't want to hear that crap. Not from you.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
The following elements have been unlocked. What is shop selection? Did I not already have that?
See, look at him. He's just unearthing new things.
Wait, what was that?
Anyway, my point just being,
the rank. I was supposed to go to rankings.
Rank, yeah. I think 10 seed is the lowest. If I'm unranked and I beat a head captain, I should get points for that. But if an unranked player loses to a head, let's say the unranked player is like one game away from making whatever the lowest rank is, 10 seed, 12 seed, whatever. They should, if they lose to a head captain, they just don't lose points. Or they lose like 5, whatever the coded minimum can be, because they're extremely far out of their realm. I think that makes sense. If I'm unranked and I beat a head captain because you were boosting,
yeah,
you lose 300 points and you fall down to captain. Hell, I feel like if you lose somebody who's unranked as a head captain, you should fall down to maybe lieutenant, if not lower. You should have to really lose points for that. But
I'm almost at a screen where I can actually see what the rankings are. 3rd seed,
Oh, you're
4th
good.
seed, 5th seed, 6th seed, 7. Dang, it's a lot of 7. 7th seed is the lowest on regular Ichigo right now, so I don't freaking know.
Okay.
Oh, that's kind of nuts.
What? What's the problem?
8th seed. Okay. Is there worse for any other character?
I would assume.
Really
I would assume characters like Sajin have like the lower seats in terms of like, because he just probably doesn't get used a lot. I go by who I expect to get used the least. Zayalabro probably got some 10 seats on there.
Oh yeah, his is probably nasty work.
That's what I said. Zayalabro probably got some 10 seats.
Yeah, it's 10th is the lowest. You're right, because there's people on here with 0 that say 10th. Hold on, wait. Now I wonder if I'm actually on here now, because I wasn't on here before.
Ooh.
Yes,
ranked are we?
We're gonna see. I guess I shouldn't go too fast, right? Oh no, I'm gonna go to the bottom. I'm gonna be humble.
That's hilarious.
I ain't really making no noise, you know.
Oh, okay.
I haven't been playing it that long. You know what I'm saying? I just kind of played it to get the games in. Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
I know I ain't on here. It's okay. One of these.
Yeah, no. There should just be a balanced elo, and once y'all balance the elo, rank to be fine. I would like there to be more visually. I don't know. Just give me something that's more visually appealing. Y'all went white with it for a very expressive game with a lot of different characters that like actually look different.
Yeah,
you just went very one note for characters. Like y'all have characters that look so different across the board for it to just be very one note. But yeah, no, that's all I got. You got anything else?
I was gonna say with that, I think we can call it. This was an interesting patch. We will be covering it more on the channel, just playing games and you know, working through stuff, enjoying ourselves, and hopefully you guys will come through and fight us on the Discord. The link will be in the description of this video and the clips of this video and other videos. If you like watching gameplay, you like seeing other people play instead of playing for yourself, we got plenty of that too. So come join us, watch some videos, have a good time. Anything you want to say before we end it?
No, man, don't forget to hit the subscribe button.
Yes, absolutely. Hit the subscribe button and hit the noti bell, so that way when you want to see something and we drop something, you know something. That's it. All right, man. I done cornied it up out here, man. We out of here, man. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank y'all so much for watching.
Please don't take off my mind.